Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats, an old school original D&D and Warhammer Fantasy mashup. Also, an excuse for us to pretend to get drunk and engage in a mutual support group. Thank you for joining us on this fine Thursday night. Is everyone watching what we do in the shadows?
Yeah.
If you saw tonight's episode, there was briefly on screen this artwork.
Wow.
I'm sure it was a promotion of the Insanity Cards supplement, which I created, and we are using in 10 Dead Rats. I know nobody's gotten any insanity points yet.
Yeah, not yet, unfortunately. Not for while
nope.
trying.
I'm sure that some producer on the TV show somewhere just uses the same source of public domain artwork that I do. But I was very excited to see that image on tonight's episode. Yet more tie-ins between 10 Dead Rats and what we do in the shadows.
Wow. Eventually they'll sponsor us directly.
I'm hoping, right?
Barrier.
Yeah, or maybe we'll get special guest Matt Berry to show up and play Count Orlok for us. That would be great.
Don't let me dream, Paul. Stop it.
If anyone is in touch with Matt Berry and watching this, please reach out.
He has not responded to any of my fan mail yet.
Oh, excellent. I hope you also enjoyed our delightful loading artwork, courtesy of Fury. Thank you so much, Fury, for making that artwork for us. Makes it a little easier for us to go live. Other than that, I have no other further announcements or other silly news for you, so I think we will jump into tonight's exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats.
I have one announcement.
In the 0 hour, Max jumps in.
Check that.
What have you got for us, Max?
0 hour. We have to stop at exactly 10 because Christian has an appointment at Nakatomi Plaza, and he just cannot be late for that. He's a key fixture of what's going down there.
That is. Wow. Christian will forever regret wearing a black turtleneck on the show. That's the third slam tonight already.
I had a third
really
one,
nice,
and I was hoping you'd ask if anybody else had announcements to make. But I'm not gonna let it go, you know. Lose it.
Oh, Nakatomi, that's really good.
Wow.
That's
a
really
deep
good.
I had to Google what the name of the place from Die Hard was. I couldn't remember. This is a lot of work went into that.
Oh man! All right, and with that delightful announcement, let's get into 10 Dead Rats. Welcome back. On the previous episode of 10 Dead Rats, where heroes decided to take a bath, which they desperately needed after their foray into the sewers. They then met with the Justice Richter, who told them that the creature that they were pursuing has apparently crushed in a warehouse. Our players were dismayed by that news, but the Justice offered to go to the town hall the next morning and straighten the whole issue out for them. Our noble and glorious and wise party then decided that they had better go to the beer tent and get drunk, which they did. And amazingly, nothing ill became of them that night. They went off to bed. But when they returned in the morning, they discovered that Justice Richter had been had taken ill and been replaced by another justice. The party was certain that this was ill news for their I don't know what, their plans, perhaps. They then proceeded to go find Elvira, the halfling physician, where Bruno had what he believes to be a very successful first date.
It
And
was a date
others
by all technical accounts.
others may be unsure of that. The group then proceeded to look up the location of Justice Richter's home, where they were eventually admitted by his housekeeper, Gilda. They examined him. He was clearly very ill, and I believe someone perhaps walked off with a few items from his room. Was that Bruno? I think that was Bruno. As Treviano made a very good distraction with the help of her fine feathered friend. Bruno absconded with a couple of glasses and a decanter of wine, under the suspicion that perhaps it had been poisoned. Meanwhile, we are going to start tonight's adventure with what happened just prior to that. For Gilda took Trebbiano and Bruno upstairs to go see to Justice Richter, examine him, discuss his state. Down in the kitchen, Indigo and Yeffy sit drinking tea. Sitting next to you, Indigo, Patches quietly curls up, and his tail lightly thumps against your leg now and again as he contentedly rests there on the kitchen floor. And so we'll begin tonight's scene with Indigo and Yeffy in the kitchen.
Hey, Yeffy.
Hey.
What's a jellyfish?
I think it's a kind of donut. This lady's got to have liquor somewhere. I'm gonna put the tea kettle down. I'm going to start going through some drawers.
Excellent.
Cupboards.
Roll me a d20, Yeffy.
Yeah, I
how
think it's
people
a kind of jellyfish or something. I got a 12.
Okay. He takes you have to spin through several cabinets before finally you find some schnapps buried behind some dishware.
Ooh, good find.
Yeah, I don't know what it says, but it smells like cleaner, so it's got to be good. Or in your tea cup.
Oh yeah, thank you. Indigo's gonna sort of just look around, see if anything is amiss. Look like anything has been like unsettled here. See if I can see anything, I don't know, anything suspicious.
All right, looking around the kitchen, it's a fairly tidy kitchen. There are a couple. There's one back exit back out onto a small courtyard in the back of the house, and there's another interior door that leads into the rest of the house where Gilda has led Bruno and Trebbiano. The kitchen is in very neat, tidy order. There is some breakfast piled up near the sink. It looks like perhaps Gilda has made her usual breakfast portions for the morning, not accounting for the fact that the justice is too ill to partake. And so you see the cold breakfast meal sitting there amongst some other dishes is the only bit of clutter in the room.
Interesting. Uneaten breakfast?
Yes.
Okay. I'll poke my head into the rest of the house. I just want to see it seems like the house is pretty neat, so I want to see if there's any other untidiness. Anything else?
It is very neat. As you poke your head out into the hallway, you can see the front hall that leads up to the front door. There's a little foyer there where you came in, and where there are hooks for cloaks and a resting spot for dirty boots. There's a stairway immediately to the left of the front door that leads up to the second floor. And you heard the creaking of stairs earlier when Gilda led Bruno and Trebbiano up. There is other doors off this hall, two, in fact. One across from you and one closer to the front door.
Okay.
It is very tidy, though. The floors are swept. There's no clutter about. It looks well kept.
Okay. I'll go back to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking,
Just looking.
You never know. Could be some signs of chaos or something.
Yeah, Gillis, she seems really chaotic.
Well, I mean, something got to Justice Richter, right?
Yeah, you want to go through his things? You want to go look at his ledger, see if you can find his ledger? You think that's a good idea? You know where he keeps it? You want to go look for it? We can go look for it. Hey, how long have you been with
that's
Bruno?
a great idea.
How long have you been with Bruno? You've been friends long?
A while, I'd say. Yeah, we've campaigned together. Year or two, maybe.
Yeah, oh, that's interesting. Yeffy's going to start walking through the house trying to figure out where there's like a desk or an office.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence roll, Yeffy, as you start poking around.
Ooh, a 13. This could be a bathroom or an office.
What you find is you find yourself in the front room, in front of the kitchen, which appears to be a parlor, a sort of more formal sitting room. There are some chairs and a low coffee table and a sofa, and it is very tidy and looks like probably no one actually has been in here in some time. There's like all the chairs are pristine. There's not even like dents in the cushions where people have been sitting. There's a large clock in the corner which ticks away. But you don't see any papers or anything like that, and in fact the whole room just sort of gives you this weird feeling of a sort of like a museum, right? Like it is for display more than for actual use.
You must not get a lot of visitors.
Yeah, something. I almost want to knock over one of these chairs just to see if it magically gets back up or something. Or like maybe.
I mean, I think the housekeeper
Start a
would
fire
probably pick
to
it up.
feel anything.
I'm just gonna nudge one of the chairs, kind of just put it off, slightly off center.
Just slightly off. Excellent.
That driver nuts.
It kind of squeaks a little bit on the floor.
So there are a bunch of doors now in the foyer, right, that lead out.
There's the front
from where
door.
we are.
There's
Okay.
there's a short hall. When you enter the front door, you're standing in the foyer, which is just a little small space where you can hang a cloak and leave your boots. From there,
Nice.
on your left, there's a stairway up, and on your right, there's a hallway leading back towards the back of the house. On the right side of that hall are two doors. The first one appears to lead into this small sitting room. The back one led back into the kitchen on the right side. You haven't examined the left door that is opposite the kitchen door yet. And there's the upstairs.
I'll open the left door.
Okay. You walk
The
over to the
left
left
side.
door and you open it up and you see a small, tidy bedroom. It appears to have a single bed. You can see that the ceiling here is slightly slanted towards one end, where apparently the stairs must go over it. But it's small but comfortable. You can see there's a nightstand by the bed, which has a little doily on it, and a couple of small carvings, little knickknacks, a little sheep carving, and a little shepherd boy.
Oh,
I'm
look
taking
at
my
that! She
sheet.
makes miniatures.
You hear Indigo as you start poking around the room. You can hear the groan of wood as someone starts to descend the staircase.
Oh, I'll quickly shut the door and try to jump back into the kitchen.
Excellent. Yeffy and Indigo hustle back into the kitchen, seat themselves at the table, pick up their cups of tea just as the door swings open, and in walks Gilda and Bruno and Trebbiano. She's a bit flustered. She seats them at the table, doesn't seem to pay much mind to you, Indigo or Yeffy, and she picks up the teapot and fills teacups around the table and sits down and looks at Bruno and says, "Well, what do you think it is?"
I have been thinking about this on our walk down the stairs.
Hmm.
I'm afraid
It's a long
he
walk.
seems to have a bad case of the Gefälschtekrank.
What is that?
Gefälschtekrank. Yeah, it's pretty rare. Fortunately, I'm sort of a specialist in Gefälschtekrank treatment. Uh,
Will he be well again?
Well, it's hard to say. He's kind of, he's a little getting up in years, so better if he were younger.
But he always takes his constitutionals. He stays in such good fit, trim order. He's
That's,
so
unfortunately,
strong.
walking around's a good way to get Gefälschtekrank.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Is it contagious? She holds a handkerchief to her face as she asks that.
It can be. And in fact, you should take my card. I just pull out a scrap of paper and write my own name on it. And just write doctor at the bottom. You should take my card and tell your neighbors if they start having symptoms like swollen eyeballs or intense thirst that they should contact me, Bruno Feinbottom, doctor.
Oh yes, of course.
Everybody
of
on
course.
the street. Just go, just in case. Sometimes you can go through the sewer system, and then you're here, and maybe it infects the whole street. It can get bad quick.
Oh my, that's very disturbing. I will tell them I'll tell them immediately.
Excellent.
She picks up and drinks her tea.
So I just need to. I'll need to get some supplies from my apothecary
Oh yes, of course.
in order to work up some medicine to treat him with.
Excellent.
So I will return tonight,
All right.
and that'll be 5 crowns.
All right, now you can roll me a fellowship test.
Ooh, 17? Wait,
Oh,
no, 16. 16.
excellent. So, oh, of course. She walks out. Walks out into the hall, across into the little bedroom. You hear her rummaging around. She comes back with a little purse, with a little beaded purse. She opens up and she counts out 5 crowns to you. Thank you so
Right in
much.
my mouth.
Oh my,
That's where I store them to stop
And-
pickpockets.
and once you return, how long before he is well again?
It's hard to say. Different people take to the treatment differently, but
dear.
hopefully, I've seen this a lot, so it should be pretty quick, within a week or two, unless he dies.
Okay. Good. Okay. All right. Well, I will see you tonight.
You should get some rest, though. Yes,
Oh yes, I quit.
yeah,
I'm
you
very
look a little
I'm quite
frazzled.
exhausted.
I diagnose you with frazzledness. Doctor jokes, you get it. And you should get some rest, and we'll be back tonight, me and my nurses, and without the bird, and we will
Don't-
administer the treatment. Midway.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dr. Finebottom.
Of course, it is my job, being a doctor, to look into these things.
Yes. Well, I'm very grateful. A good day to you then. She gets up and
Grateful.
she kind of goes to escort you from the building,
Come, nurses.
which I assume she does. Yeah. All right. Great. So you rise up and she escorts you out the front door, and you leave, and she closes the door behind you, and you find yourselves on the street. 5 crowns
Once
richer.
we're back, once we're back down the street counting out my money. Yeah. So he was poisoned.
Oh,
You know that
it's
for
not
sure?
the Geshelta.
No, I made that up. There's no such thing as Gefälschtekrank. It literally means
I was-
fake,
Oh.
fake disease. So yeah, it's in Moodish. Yeah, it's a little halfling joke. Hopefully, no other halflings come by and ask about it, because that would be a problem. But
Yeah, it's not like there's another confirmed halfling physician in this city or anything.
So I mean, like, I'm not against the lying, but why lie in this one instance of? I mean, what are we getting out of that exactly?
Yeah, you know, in
Explain.
part it just comes naturally sometimes. It just sort of
Is
comes
it because-
out, but
Is it because you suspect that she could have been the one to have poisoned her?
I mean, yes, it could have been her, right? That's a much better point. Yeah, it's
That's,
not that I
that's
that's what I
purposely
thought
lied,
you
it's
did that,
yeah,
Bruno.
yeah,
I mean,
I
that
did
was
it because
no
she could have been the one to
logic.
poison him. That's an excellent point. Yeah, right. That's exactly it. That was what I was thinking too. So I also stole these. I pulled the glasses because I think
So-
it was the captain of the guard who poisoned him.
You can
They were having
detect
that
the
really-
poison with your how do you know it was poisoning? Is that just your instinct? I mean, suppose it was.
Yeah,
But do you want to go visit the captain of the guard? And
You can have a sip of
Rough
this, and
him
we'll
up a
see if
little?
you get sick too. Then we can determine if it's really poison.
Ooh.
yep, he's curious.
What? No, trivia.
Are
don't
you
actually.
curious about that? Because
No.
okay, it comes very close
No,
to his
don't
mouth. He said,
drink
"What?
it.
You told me to do it."
That was a whoa. Well, if I ever want your money, I know how. Anyway. So the captain, he had a drink with the captain of the guard, and then he fell ill, which I deduced.
Right. So,
Yeah.
in the
So the
event that
captain
is
probably
true,
did it.
what do we do about it?
Yeah.
What? I just did all this
We can
deduction.
go-
Don't I, you know?
No,
You guys
it's
can
very
figure this out.
impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a very large,
Thank
wonderful,
you.
big man.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Whew.
You're welcome. But
Did you see how she appreciated me when I lied about what the illness was and said I could treat it? Man, that felt great. See what
knowing what
comes
you know
out.
now, do we go and just kill the captain of the guard? We have to understand what's going on here.
So, right,
What do you think, Indigo?
I don't really want to go talk to the captain of the guard and accuse him. Accuse them. That sounds like a bad idea.
Do we talk to lesser guards and try to get the sweet gossip? Because you are very good at that, being a very people person.
We could.
I don't know.
I was also thinking we could go to town hall, maybe see what Justice Richter was doing last. We know he went to town hall last night.
We could also see who reported the goblin getting crushed. If we could find
That's
a
a
way
good
to find who
idea.
made the report, because they're probably in on it, yeah?
We could also now that I have these new shiny 5 gold crowns, I did come into touch with someone who could sell some kind of elven healing material that might actually
really?
bring him back. Yeah.
That's a great idea. Let's do that.
Okay. Well, we just have to go shop infest some more.
You know where to get
Everybody's
it?
into this, huh? Yeah, I know exactly where to get it.
Yeah.
Everybody, we want to do this. Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, we could go to whoever.
So wait,
We could go.
You're gonna wait.
We could do two
Awesome.
both.
you just lied to this lady. Told her you had
Yeah.
a made up disease. You're gonna go get a cure for the poison, and then she's gonna just assume this entire time that he's been poisoned, and then just trust the asshole who poisoned him to come back into the house.
I haven't really thought. You know, that's kind of out of my hands
No,
at that
you
point. What she
did you,
does.
Bruno? It's just like everything else, like your dates or whatever. Yeah, fine. Let's go get the cure and then just let him
Yeah.
get poisoned again later, I guess.
Well, it's also possible I started some kind of panic about a pandemic, which we should probably nip in the bud before she spreads that around too much. Or
Bruno, you're bad
maybe
at
people.
this.
But no, think about this. Maybe she tells her neighbors they got a little cough, they're feeling a little unwell. They call Dr. Finebottom, give him 5 gold crowns in order to check him out. I'd say they're fine because they are fine because they are afraid of having a disease that I made up, and so, you know,
Are you
it's kind of
forgetting
like
the
the
thing
start of
under
my
the
own
city?
practice.
Like the horrible curse that Indigo might have? Like, are you forgetting the stakes of what are at play here? I mean, no offense. I'm glad your life is taking off, but there are other things
Thank
to
you.
consider, yes?
There are.
As the four of you stand on the corner, just a few doors down from Justice Richter's house, having this chat. Treviano, you get a little nudge, a little thump on the shoulder, and you turn and look in surprise, and you see a well-dressed gentleman carrying a black leather bag at his side. He looks up at you and he says, "Oh, scusi, mein Herr," and he just kind of moves to the side and walks purposely down the block towards in the direction of the justice's house.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
we gotta
probably the
go.
real doctor. I checked my person. Have I been pickpocketed?
Oh.
You have all your stuff on you.
Okay, that's probably the real doctor.
I'm the real doctor.
Yeah, but remember when we showed up to her house and she was like, "Oh, are you from the Physicians Guild?" And we were like, "Yep, that's
Right.
definitely the thing," because she was expecting someone from the That's probably the guy. This is probably not good.
Oh, he's from the physicians. Oh, that's
Yes.
gonna really
Yeah,
mess up.
I think that he was poisoned.
Yeah,
And who was the last person in the house?
It was us. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
look, we're being murder again.
how did we make this worse? We weren't even trying.
I was trying to make it better for me.
Maybe we're bad at this.
I think we're really
And
bad
to
at this,
tackle that
guys.
guy. Jump him, tackle him, stop him.
Tackle
Stop
him?
Stop
No.
stop him.
I cannot
Yeah.
tackle
We're not
him.
gonna tackle the doctor.
I pick up a rock and I throw it at him.
No.
Yeah.
Roll me a ballistic skill test.
I don't think I've ever rolled this before. Exciting. So I'm adding the number in my ballistic skill? Is that
Correct. Yeah.
okay? Oh. Natural 20.
Please don't kill the doctor.
You see,
I swear to God.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I have to think here for a second. Let's see. Okay, so you see that he's standing on the step right in front of number 16, like hand raised, ready to rap on the door. When suddenly Bruno wings a rock and it hits him right in the temple. Bruno, roll me a d6.
You.
Oh no.
my god.
6.
6. He drops like a sack of potatoes, just whoomp, clunk, and he just collapses in a heap on the doorstep.
You idiot! What have you done?
That was a close call. Oh,
Why did you do that?
I run over, check his
he was
pulse.
gonna mess up our plan. I had to stop. No one else was gonna tackle him. I'd stepped up.
He breathing?
He does appear to be breathing, Treviano. He's got a nice
My
big
tongue, my arms?
lump on his forming on his forehead, and there's a little trickle of blood. And you can hear now approaching. You hear the lock on the door unlock, clunk, as you're standing there.
Push him.
Throw him in the bush. Throw him in the bush. Throw him in the bush. There's a bush. There's got to be a hedge here.
You just shove him to the side. He kind of rolls into the bush. The door opens and you see Gilda standing there.
I bend over onto the ground and I look up at her.
She looks at she looks a little she kind of like rubbing her eye. You notice she's now wearing she's wearing a bathrobe and she's got like a nightcap on. She's like, you're back.
Oh no, I just forgot something here on the doorstep. Go back to sleep. I am sorry.
Oh, are you
Bend
sure?
up again and
All right. And the door click.
I
And
look
you can
at
see
Bruno
to the
and I
side
shoot
there.
fucking daggers.
To the side there is the man who you've shoved into the bushes. He's not really concealed. He's just kind of like laying in a heap on top of the bushes
Fine,
next to
I
the
take
door.
I take him and I bring him over to Bruno and I present him. I'm like, fix this.
I did. That's why it's the situation's basically
No.
resolved. We just put this guy,
Fix the damage you have done to this poor man's head.
just toss him in a gutter. He'll wake up in a couple hours. He'll think he got real
Bruno, do you
drunk
not
or
understand
mugged.
the implications of your actions?
Yeah, the implication is that our plan
Indigo,
wasn't
help!
blown up.
Help! What is going on?
I don't know what to do here. Bruno, this was the worst series of decisions you've ever made. What are we supposed to do with this doctor? Real doctor?
So far, nothing bad has happened to us due to my decision.
I don't have anything to...
So far, we are fine.
I don't have anything to kill Bruno with. I don't know what to do.
Look, let's take this guy back to our hotel room. We'll put him there. We'll go get the cure. We'll come back to him later and tell him that we found him on the street. Somebody mugged him. We'll take his things.
You could take him to the
Well, there's a little
physician's
bonus.
guild. He could be healed
No.
there. We could talk to someone who summons...
Yeah, but they'll know him, and they'll probably be like, who hit this guy in the head with a rock, and...
We
then we'll
don't
have
know.
to
We
lie
found him
some
in the
more.
street.
Just take him to your girlfriend that we're gonna go to anyway.
His eyes
And,
start to
deal with
flutter open. He kind of emits a groan. He starts to lift his head. Trebbiano, I think you're still kind of half holding him here. You realize you're standing on a street corner. It's not empty, right? It's late morning. Now most of the foot traffic has moved. Most of the foot traffic has moved on to the festival, which is in its final day. So it's not super crowded. But he kind of starts to lift his head and like blink and look towards you, Trebbiano.
Don't worry, you're going to be fine. I don't know what happened, but you are going to be fine. Just I stroke his head.
I pick up
comforting
another
manner.
rock.
He lifts his hand to his head and he starts to say, "My head," and he just, as soon as he touches, and he kind of crunches up.
Put the rock down, Bruno. Put the.
I
take the
start
black
limping
bag
down the
of
street towards the fest where we know I'll be whatever to be.
What kind of, let's see, where are you trying to head? So you're in a fairly residential area. You know that to the south of here is the south gate that leads out into the festival. Also nearby is the Gottenplatz, where all the temples are.
Yeah, we want to go to the...
what if we just
we
leave
know
him?
where Bruno was parked day one, where his physician-y stuff was going on, so probably we're going to go there.
So back to the
Or
fest,
we could
yeah.
dump him
So back
on
to the
floor of
festival.
the front step of a temple.
But then he might accidentally go back to her house and ruin our plan.
He's also seen us
gotta-
now.
Well, he's seen you.
Fuck you.
All right, let's bring him to
Bruno.
the
Look, that's just a fact. Okay, let's go back to that. Get you two hold him under your arms like he's your drunk friend, and you're taking him. You know, he's had too much.
I'll help Trebbiano carry this guy.
All right, the two of you supporting this man start making your way towards the southern gate. And just as you're exiting the gate out into the fairgrounds, he starts to become more aware of his surroundings, and he's kind of starting to take some of the weight on his feet, and he looks at Indigo, and he looks at Trebbiano kind of back and forth. He looks to you, Indigo, and he says, where are we? Who are you?
Oh, don't worry. I saw what happened. Some horrible child hit you in the head with a rock.
What?
I'm bringing you to a doctor I met at the fest.
Oh, what? No, not the festival. No. Let's. Oh, he again tries to reach to his head and winces as soon as
don't do that.
he's got this like eggs, sized lump appearing on his head, and it's got a jagged cut in it, and blood is kind of leaking down the side of his face and dripping from his chin.
And that child had a killer arm. Look at that.
No, where's my bag? That's my bag. He starts looking
The
around.
child stole it.
Do you not have it? Did we not take? Did it fall on the ground?
It's
I
by the
took it.
bushes. You took
I
it?
know. I took it. I said I took it, but
Okay.
it's like there's a lag, so everyone keeps talking over me.
Yeah, it's really laggy. I'm having a problem not interrupting anyone else.
All right, fair
Oh,
enough.
is it- yeah.
Yeffy has the bag. Yeffy, what are you doing?
I have the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got your bag.
Oh, good. He kind of just stops right there and sort of stands to the side of the wall and slumps against the wall, and he's give it to me. Give it to me.
Oh, you okay? You got a problem. Yeah, I give him the bag, open
Okay.
it up.
He opens the bag, or you help him open the bag, and he starts rooting through it. And you can see it is full of various implements, bandages, little bottles of who knows what with various labels on them and whatnot. He picks up a small mirror and he kind of looks at his head. Oh my god! And he then starts. So he like takes out a little bottle of something and some gauze, and he kind of wets it, and he starts dabbing it at his head. And
I'm gonna help him hold some of those things, and I'm gonna pocket some of those things.
roll me a sleight of hand check, Yeffy.
Nice.
That's 20.
Excellent. Yeah.
We're toasting this
doing
guy.
Yeah. So
No,
you get a few of his you get a bottle here, a little roll of bandages there. You can kind of slide them into your pockets as you. No, that's not what he's looking for, and then help him. And he basically dresses the wound, actually pretty well, And he says, "Oh, and who are you?"
Just passers-by.
Yeah,
You have names?
we were just gonna
No.
I'm Deborah.
Deborah, thank you for the help. I'm Dr. Lipskig.
Wow, a
Nice to
doctor.
meet you, Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm also a doctor. That's
Are
funny.
you?
Yeah, a bit of a doctor myself.
He looks at you. You're still wearing the bloody stained apron, and he looks at you and he's, oh, that's are you a member of the guild?
I'm freelance.
I see. Well, I have patients to see. I must go. Thank you for your
Yeah,
help.
which patient was that? Who are you?
I-
Seeing next?
I'm sorry. This my patients are confidential.
Confidential. Oh, yeah, that makes
And-
sense. Yeah.
Yes.
You sure? You probably want. Maybe I can take a look at. Yeah, let me just take a peek at your
Oh,
wound
no,
there. Just make sure you're not
it's-
wandering off.
It's not necessary. It's bandaged. It's fine. I must
Sure, 'cause
I
that was
must
a
get back
really
to my
that
business.
kid really got you. I mean, that was
I
spot on.
Oh yes, it hurts. It hurts dreadful. Oh my.
Yeah, let me just take a look at that. Yeah.
What are you trying to do, Bruno?
I don't know. I didn't know that I'd get this far actually.
Yeah, looks. Yeah, you kind of peel back the bandage a little bit. Big lump, little bloody.
Nice.
I must return to my business. Oh,
I think
my
you need
head
to
it
go.
swims.
Yeah, you should really just see another doctor. Like maybe
need
just head
rest.
to the.
Yes, maybe
Yeah.
back to the guild, perhaps.
Yeah,
At
go
least
back to the
for
guild.
some
That's
rest.
a good idea.
Maybe I send Gundorf in my stead.
Who's gonna do it?
Yeah, send Goondorf.
Nice.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
can relay
okay.
the message for you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He's now trying to like distance himself from you and move back towards the gate into the city.
Are you sure you don't need any
kinda-
help? You
I'm
look
fine.
kinda odd.
Oh no, it's all right. It's all right. I will go back to the guild. And he then kind of starts stumbling his way through the gate and up and back into the city.
Okay.
Well,
Right, well,
You now stand at the southern gate into the festival. It
was
doesn't sound like any of you
basically-
are trying to stop him, so he stumbles off.
that was
I kick
basically
Bruno.
successful. Hey, what?
Like, can I roll for it? I kick him. I'm rolling.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
At 20.
I defend.
What do I do? D4 or D6?
That seems fair.
Actually, it's a D3 plus your strength modifier.
Wow.
Fuck. Prepare for the worst tap you've ever felt.
Minimum of 1.
Yes, a 1. It's 1 point.
That's a
of damage.
that's a 1. 1 point of damage, Bruno, as you get take a swift kick.
What? What the
You
heck was that?
idiot!
Treb.
You
I
cannot do
solved
things
that
like this.
problem.
No, you did not.
I
You
can,
exacerbated
and
it
I did.
tremendously.
No, it's better
You
now.
cannot act like this. Indigo
we
controls
resolved
this
it.
little imp.
All we have to do
He's
now
not my
is
child.
go. That's true. In fact, I
Might
think
as
I'm
well
older
be.
than you. All we
Well,
have to do now is go back, like in a couple hours, to wait outside the house, and when that Grundor guy comes by, just whale him with a rock, and then that'll be the end of that.
Do you understand that you are committing crime?
Well, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with crime.
that's fine.
What's
Exactly.
wrong? What's wrong is we don't know if these doctors might actually help this guy get better, and then he can help us.
Well, no, we're gonna help him get better with the elf cultists. Yeah.
Okay. Could we just go to the other doctors and get that or whatever? Why do we have to do
No.
it your way?
Not
Fred?
anymore.
Why do we have to do it your
We
way?
had to do it. We had to do it with the rock thing. I was thinking on my feet. You gotta make decisions. Bam,
You're
bam,
making
bam.
decisions that are making it worse for the rest of us.
Well, that's hard to say. In the long run, we'll find out whether these decisions were good or bad. It's hard to say in the immediate present what the consequences were, which so far are none. So far,
Hey,
zero
hey, Bruno.
consequences.
Get your squishy sponge from the
Yes.
elves and help him or whatever, and then what? What do we do then? We know that the guard guy's bad for some reason.
Yeah.
We don't know that for sure.
Then we still gotta get paid and deal with that
Poison
demon,
the
I
guy.
guess.
Oh God! Flashbacks. Think about that.
Yeah.
So let's split up. I'll go get the potion and deal with this guy, and someone else can go to the town hall and figure out who supplied the fake goblin death rumor.
If we let you go off on your own, who knows how many innocent people you are going to drink the blood of for no reason. Should not let you go off alone.
I've drank no blood. The last crime I committed, everybody was around, so that didn't stop me at all. So clearly, I think you all are bad influences, and that's probably I'm innocent. And it is, I think, Treviano who is inspiring me to hit people with rocks.
Everybody,
So which one of
please
us is
roll
going
me.
with Bruno to make
Hey
sure
everyone,
we don't kill anybody?
sorry to interrupt. Everybody, please roll me an intelligence test.
Ooh,
13.
18.
17 this time.
Sorry, 17, 18 from Yeffy. What was it, Indigo?
13.
4? Oh, there's a 13. And Bruno,
13.
how'd you do?
1-3.
10.
And a 10 from Bruno. One by one, perhaps in descending order of value. One by one, each of you, you're standing by the southern gate here, marked on our map as a number 3 there. And you can see that large building that's marked number 10 right next to the gate. One by one, you start to realize that that building appears to be the main guard barracks. You see a lot of guards moving in and out of this area. Sometimes going further into the city, sometimes coming out to the festival, and you realize that you're having this conversation just scant feet from what is clearly the central point in the city of all guard activity.
Jellyfish is totally a donut. It's a type of donut. Guard
Yeah,
donut.
I'd love to try one. That sounds great. Let's
No, what does that have to do
maybe
with the
they have some in the
oh.
fest.
Delicious.
So,
Wiggly
Yeah.
donut.
yep.
Uh-huh.
I
Let's
think
go
we
get
should
a
try mine.
delicious donut.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a delicious donut.
We move
that's
far
all.
Excellent.
away
Where you
from-
which direction are you headed, Yeffy?
Let's see. I'm gonna go further into the festival itself. I think.
Excellent.
Towards some of the merchants.
Excellent. You head into the festival. You pass the area which you can see is copy the map out here. You pass first the sort of festival court and stocks and whatnot just there as you come around the corner, and you can see as you head further around the corner back to the north around the outside wall, looping around the eastern side, you start to see more of the merchant stalls and beer tents and etc.
Cool.
And now
I am going.
Now you
to
find your way deeper into the festival. Yeah.
I'm going to find two things. I'm going to find a nice satchel, like a leather satchel bag to buy, and I'm going to put all the medical supplies in. And
Excellent.
I'm not going to give it to Bruno yet. And I'm going to, Yeffy is going to try to inquire on where the Bronx is. Where Fran might be located, just as a backup plan. The Bronx.
Excellent.
Crossed pikes.
Let's see.
Right?
Bronson. Yeah, the cross pikes.
Excellent. Yes. You recall that there was a name of an inn called the Crossed Pikes, and you're able to find a satchel, no problem. You buy a satchel for let's just say 3 shillings. And toss all your gear into that. The Crossed Pikes. You ask around and eventually find somebody who knows where the Crossed Pikes is. In fact, I keep putting away this map too soon.
I think I can find a nice tavern we could go talk in. Just saying, just over here. We could maybe get some information from that nice gentleman we met in the sewer. You know,
The monster?
who wasn't indeed.
If you take a look at this map, if you follow the line back through the south gate, we're heading towards the north with the main guard building there on your right at number 10, and as you head up northern that street towards where it's marked 39, if you remember, just south of 39, there's a courtyard where you were lowered down into some sewers. Just on the other side of that courtyard, on the southern edge of the courtyard, before you get to the opposite spot where 39 is there's a building right there that you're told is the Crossed Pikes. Crossed Pikes Tavern's right there.
Oh, that makes sense. This must just like connect down into their little meeting room. All right, that's cute. That's a cute feature. You know? Like a food cellar, but covered in poop. All right. Well, so Inigo and Triviano and Bruno, I was gonna go in here and see if I could talk to that Fran guy and see if maybe he might know something on the other side of this whole deal without having to talk to guards. Just, you know.
That's a good idea.
I just need to make one quick stop.
Yeah, and the rest of us, let's all go get this potion, and then let's all go to town hall. How about that?
Oh,
No, I can
so
go myself.
totally
That's fine.
agree. And was you, Indigo?
Unless you want one of us to come with you, Yeffy.
up to you. You're all my friends and I trust you, so I invite you along to come with me, as opposed to just saying, fuck off, I'm going to go talk to my girlfriend and get some elf medicine.
I never said where I was
sure.
getting it from.
I'll go
You
with
are
Jeffy.
interpreting. Yeah.
It's the only doctor you know in town.
No, there's that guy I hit with the rock.
I would like to go with Jeffy.
And I'll start just pushing Bruno back into the fest until we get headed towards the place where I know the stall is. I'll seal. Bye, Effie. Bye, Treviano.
Great. So
Indigo,
Indigo and Bruno head into the fest, while Yeffy and Trebbiano head back into town to go to the Crossed Pikes. Great. Let's go to the Crossed Pikes first.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
So Yeffy and Trebbiano, you head back into town, back north, past the main guard barracks, towards that courtyard with the manhole, and you find indeed there's a little just before you reach that courtyard. There is a small sign above a certain door with a pair of crossed pikes. It would be easy to miss. It is clearly a fairly small tavern. It's a little more than hole in the wall, not very inviting at all, but it is there and it is marked.
So are they weapons or fish?
They are weapons. They are weapons.
I know the question's coming up. I know her face.
I was just so excited. All right, we going?
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
You head in, you push open the door, and you walk in, and you see a small dark room with very little light. There's a few candles here and there, but very little light. The shutters are all closed on all the windows that face outside. There's a small table, a counter set up in a corner, like a bar, with a gentleman sitting there. He's actually got a book sitting in front of him, and he's got a little candle that's sitting next to it, just casting enough light that he looks down at the book. You can see there are 3 stained, wobbly-looking tables about the room. In the far corner, just to your right, closest to the front wall, you can see that table there, that there are 2 men kind of hunched over it, and they both look up, startled, as the door opens and lets a bunch of sunlight in. They both look up and kind of just stare at the 2 of you as you walk into the room.
Hello.
Okay, Effie.
Hi. Hello, gentlemen. I'm looking for a gentleman who I came into contact with at a certain place named Fran. We had an agreement to set up some trade, and I'm looking. He said to come on by, so I'm by. I'm coming by. Hi, this is Trib. He's got a bird. Not afraid.
The 2 men in the corner just continue to stare. The guy sitting or standing behind the small counter in the back with the book looks up and he just says, "Franz ain't here during the day."
Very informative. Great. Well, he told me to come here. I guess he might have told me to come at night. I probably did. At what exact hour does he come by?
When it's dark out.
Oh my word! You were more simple than I am. So, questions. Maybe you can help me out. What's with the guard in this town, huh? They're giving you a hard time. They're really irritating. Is there some kind of deal on the down low we've got going on here, or what's up with them? They're into some shady stuff.
Franz is here at nighttime. Was I not clear on that?
Yeah,
And where is he in the daytime exactly?
Yeah, where is he in the daytime? I would like to talk to him. It might be even better because there's more light to see the goods.
You don't want to see Franz during the daytime.
What, is he sleeping? Is he a vampire? Because I've already dealt with that. That's okay.
He looks. So the as you continue to chat with this man, are you standing at the doorway still, or do you approach closer as you're talking to him?
I'll walk in like two steps Because
Yeah.
last time that didn't go well for me.
Okay.
These people.
You come into the room a little more. As you do so, the two men who are sitting at the table just kind of get up and, hugging the front wall, quickly dash towards the door and leave the building. The man standing at the back counter still just stands there, and he just kind of looks at you with this fairly dim look in his eye, and he just seems totally dumbfounded by all the things that you're saying, and he just says, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Are you gonna order a drink?"
Sure. I'll order a drink. I'll order an ale.
All right. He's already pouring it. He didn't seem to wait for you to ask. He takes out a fairly dirty looking mug, turns back. You can see there's a keg on its side behind him. He pulls out the stopper, fills it maybe halfway, sets it on the counter. He says, "Here, drink, and get the hell out."
What's your name? Yeah, come up with a name, Paul. Do it. Do it. His name's Hank. You're gonna call him Hank anyway. Might as well go with it. Listen, Hank.
You have to make it sound more German, Colleen. What's Hank in German? Honk?
Hank,
Is his name Honk?
Hankshin. Yeah.
Hair Hank, perhaps?
My name is
Uber?
Kleber.
Did you say clever?
Kleber with a B.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Clever. Oh, clever. It's nice to meet you.
What is your name?
I'm Yeffy.
Yeffy.
Yeffy. Yep.
She said
How do you know France?
Well, I met him earlier downstairs. And we talked a little bit. I was looking for a goblin, and didn't find him. But then I did, and that was terrible. But we dealt some money arrangements, and now I'm here to talk a little bit about that and the thing with the goblin.
That's strange.
Yeah. It gets stranger, my friend. Stranger, Clever. Because there is a giant weirdness downstairs that you guys might not want to have to deal with.
I think you should talk to Franz about this.
You're
Yeah, I
trying
think
very
so.
hard to do that.
Well, he ain't here. Maybe you
I'd like
should
to
come
talk
back
about
when he's here.
Yeah, but I'm worried that by nighttime, bad things might happen. And if the bad things happen by nighttime, I might not get a chance to talk to Fran about it.
That is a problem. Fortunately,
Yeah, so,
it is your problem, not Clever's.
yeah, Clever. I think Goatman might not like you, so it might be your problem. Okay, great, Clever. It was nice speaking with you. It was great being on that range.
You done your drink? Good. Get the hell out.
Yep, okay, it's on repeat. Let's go. Let's go, Trip. We're done.
On repeat.
Yep, you got it.
Excellent. The two of you head back out onto the street.
I'm glad he gave me a to-go cup.
Sit out like a little sippy.
Meanwhile, at the festival, Indigo and Bruno, you find your way back towards Elvira's stand. She is there. In fact, you just saw her earlier this morning.
Oh, that was
And
this morning. Gee.
That was scant hours ago. And she says, "Oh, you're back.
But
Are
I
you
shouldn't think
feeling
you
all
do
right?
again, huh?
Are you feeling okay?"
I feel great. Indigo,
How
how
many
do you
fingers
feel?
am I holding up?
Looks like 2, but
Good,
you know I can't see your other hand, so.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Bruno's pretty funny. Hey, Bruno, remember we're here to buy that thing.
Oh, that's yeah. You remember the elf?
we're here to...
The elf potion thing you were
The
mentioning?
poultice, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I just
want
happen
it?
to have got 5 gold crowns here
Oh, excellent.
that I
Oh.
made for my work as
Oh,
a doctor.
Oh,
I'll just
really?
wipe those off for you there. Here you go.
Thank you. Oh.
Yep, there you are.
Okay. Well, she reaches into her and shuffles through a pack she has down by her feet, pulls forth a little earthenware jar. It's got a cloth on the top bound with some kind of string. It's got some elven runes on it, and she hands it over to you. All right, don't apply too much. Lightly, but into the wound. Rub it into the wound.
Into the
And,
wound. Now, what if someone was, say, poisoned?
Poison.
How would you apply this potion?
Well, I wouldn't.
to-
It doesn't stop poison. It heals
Oh.
wounds.
What? Say someone was poisoned. What would you?
Yes. Okay. Well,
'Cause I know
it
what I would
depend-
do, but I just want to see if you and I would do the same thing. We'd
Well,
have
it would
the same
depend on the
technique.
type of poison. Is it?
Okay, so
is it-
say you didn't know,
Oh dear. Oh dear.
but
Well,
but
what-
you maybe had a sample of it. Would you be able to
Uh,
determine what kind it was?
Oh, possibly. I would bring it to an apothecary for certain. Do
Apothecary?
you know? Is it ingested or injected?
Ingested, probably.
I see. And what would the symptoms of this poison victim be?
This is all hypothetical, of course, right? Because
Oh,
we're just
of
dealing
course,
with
of course.
cases.
But it's
You're right.
yes.
But say swollen eyeballs and a swollen tongue and general unconsciousness.
Swollen eyeballs and a swollen tongue. Any discoloration?
No, maybe a little bit. Maybe yeah.
Yeah. She at this point pulls out a small book from her pack and starts paging through it quickly. Swollen and perhaps a dark red or purple hue of the tongue.
Yeah. Wow.
I've heard of a case like that before. Where was it? It was here. It was somewhere here in Bogenhofen, I think.
It is
Where
a
is that?
Indigo.
Oh,
It's the Geschäftekrank.
what? I've never heard of that.
It's fine. I kind of specialize in it. Sort of not a lot of people work on it. Geschäftekrank.
I mean,
I am handling
that's-
an outbreak of
that's
it.
but that's
here
just
in-
halfling for fake disease.
Oh, you're a halfling. That's right. Yeah, it is. That's true. It's a funny name. It's a name I made up for it, and then it turned out to be a real disease, and the name stuck. I discovered.
So what
it,
can you
yeah.
find about this poison?
Let's stick with the poison. Yeah.
Yes, of
Indigo
course,
over
of
here
course.
on my-
Forgive me, it's here somewhere. There was another case of this, I think, here in Bogenhofen. I don't. Oh, it's very rare. I don't have the particulars, but I remember speaking to a doctor of the Physicians Guild here in Bogenhofen about a similar case, and. I'm not. Oh dear, I'm afraid I don't have all my records here at the fest. If we were back in Weisbruck, I'm sure I could help better. But perhaps if you went to the Physicians Guild, and spoke with Dr. Schwarzkopf, I believe I corresponded with him, and he mentioned a similar case as you're describing, and he sent a sample up to me in Grissenwald, where I was working with someone, an apothecary up there, to try and identify the source of the poison. It sounds very
Wow.
similar. Yes. Oh, I wish I had my
Fancy
records
work.
here. I wish I did. But you should go to the Physicians Guild and I'm sure that they will be able to help. Just mention my name and ask to see Dr. Schwarzkopf, and I'm sure they'll help.
Great.
Yes.
I'm
And
sure that's
Indigo,
not the guy.
What was the name of the doctor we found who got hit in the head with a rock by that horrible child? It wasn't Schwarzkopf, right?
Leapstig.
Leapstig, okay.
Dr. Leapstig,
Thank
yeah.
the halfling god of pie. That's because that guy was in
And I'm
no
sorry. What is
state.
your name, Doctor? We haven't been introduced.
Oh,
My
I'm
name is
I'm
Indigo.
Elvira. I'm Elvira.
so
Nice
sorry.
to meet you, Indigo.
Elvira.
Thank you so much for your help.
Elvira and I are
We'll be
we're good
going
friends
now, I
yeah.
think.
Oh,
Oh, well,
okay,
maybe
very
we could
good.
have some lunch first. I
Enjoy
brought
the
some,
remainder
No, I think-
of the
I think
festival.
we have to go talk to the doctors. Thank you.
Well, I could just sit down
Let's
and have
go,
a quick
Bruno.
lunch. Because
Let's go,
Elvira's
Bruno.
she's got to leave by tomorrow, and
I'll start pushing Bruno.
I
away.
was just gonna say,
Yeah, excellent. You drag Bruno back to the southern gate, and the two of you start trudging up the street. And as you do so, you can see Yeffy and Trebbiano exiting from a building up the street from you, and spotting each other. You head towards each other and meet about halfway down that street.
How did yours go?
How'd it go? Oh, you first.
you first, yeah.
Yeah,
look
and the
at
guy doesn't show up until night.
Uh,
The guy come back, which is not great. I got to talk to I'm pretty sure he was some kind of rock, maybe
oh,
a mold sample. I'm not really sure. Very
exciting.
interesting guy.
Well, maybe it is a good thing that we all have to do things at night. You, Bruno and Indigo, can go back to the justice's house and apply the healing to the person, and we can go back and we can hang out with the guy and the cross pikes. It'll be fine. It's actually works out really well.
Yeah, about that. So some
Yes.
good news and bad news.
Yeah, good news, bad news
bad news.
situation.
Bad news: the poultice that we bought is not going to work. It just cures wounds, it turns out, and not poison.
Oh,
But if we were
Good
to
news.
stab him, we could then heal him immediately.
Right. Good news. The doctor we talked to, Elvira, seems very competent, and she has heard of a similar case to the one that we're dealing with. Apparently, a similar case happened here in Bogenhofen, and she knows the person who treated it. A doctor who's a
And-
member of the Physicians Guild.
But even better news, not the one I hit in the head with a rock.
That is good news. That is good news.
Not the one I hit in the head with a rock. Yeah. So
That's too
once
bad she
again,
doesn't know how to cure the poison herself, though. That's too bad.
what did you say?
I said it's just too bad that she doesn't know actually how to cure the poison herself. That's too bad. We gotta
That
go somewhere
was
else.
a shame. But I'm
That's
sure,
a shame.
we're just as good collectively as she is. We can figure this out.
Okay, so we're going over to see a bunch of physicians.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Are we
I
gonna maybe look
suppose.
into who poisoned him?
We should.
How?
I mean-
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. How?
that would involve-
What's your suggestion?
Yeah.
What?
I'm just not sure how we look into that. I mean, I think we should go back and talk to your crime friend, but
In the evening.
you might know. And perhaps we could get some more information. Maybe there's a link between the cases.
Maybe.
I think the less we deal with the guards, too, the better right now.
Do we want to find out who reported the goblin being crushed in some building? Because that's
I
probably
think
someone
this would be a
involved
good
in the
idea.
whole scheme. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have time to do that now before nightfall.
All right. So I'll head off to the Physicians Guild, being the physician, and the rest of you can go to town hall.
Indigo,
Bruno,
would
sorry,
you?
Bruno.
What?
Yeah, Bruno, you. sorry, man, but there's some trust issues here now that you've hit physician with a rock.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Need a
you are all a
chaperone.
bunch of angels, not what? You stole all his stuff. Look, it's right there. You bought a bag to put the things
You almost
stole
killed
from
him!
in.
You hit him in the temple with a rock. What is wrong with you?
That was clearly not
No.
going to kill him.
You are not.
I'm-
You are not going on your own. One of us will go. If it has to be me, it will be. But I would rather not.
He's going to recover from getting hit in the head with a rock. He's never going to recover from having his thing stolen by Yeffy.
You know what?
Incidentally, if I could just take that bag, that'll make me look a lot better.
You
when
know
I go
what?
to the
I was
physician.
going to give you this bag. I was going to give you this bag.
Oh,
This bag was for
perfect.
you with the stuff in
Oh,
it.
that's awesome.
You know what? Now I'm just going to throw it in the river.
No, don't do that. It's so far away. It'd be much easier. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hit the guy in the head with a rock, saving our
What? I'm sorry.
scheme. And
Did you?
yeah,
What word did you say to me?
I'm sorry I hit the guy in the head with a rock, even though it was the right thing to do at the time. It seems like it's upset everybody in a way that is unreasonable, in my opinion. But we have a difference of opinions about whether it was okay to throw a rock at him. To be fair, it seemed very unlikely that I was going to hit him. But there, that's it's a crazy world. So
What if
Yeffy-
Bruno doesn't go to the Physicians Guild?
Was someone else goes to the physician school?
What if one of the rest of us, or two of the rest of us, goes to the Physicians Guild?
You're not physicians.
Seems like a good idea.
No, we're not. We also none of the rest of us have attacked a physician today.
Treviano's pretty much an accomplice after the fact.
No, untrue.
Yeah,
Factually
you
wrong.
pushed
No.
him off that. You pushed him in the bushes. I mean, that probably hurt him more than the rock.
Someone restrain me. I'm going to try to kill him. Someone restraining me because I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I'll go to the Physicians Guild, and maybe Treviano or Yeffy comes with me. Yeah.
I'll go
Oh,
with you.
okay.
Get me out of here.
Good. I don't want to get kicked again.
Is that
Unreasonable
Safe?
anger. Yeah.
Fine.
Legally, Treviano's probably fine. I'm not a lawyer,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
he's
is
probably
that
fine.
What's his issue?
what if Yeffy comes with me to the Physicians Guild, and you two go do something productive with all that pent up energy you have?
Yeah, let's go talk to the judge. Not the current judge that is sick, but the one that is acting on duty. We find out who had the report.
So you and Bruno are going to go talk.
Okay.
Would be useful.
We'll go to
Bruno.
town hall. Yeah. I still think I
Right.
should go to the Physicians Guild. What if they ask you doctor trivia questions in order to before they let you in?
Then
What if
we
there's like a
don't.
puzzle?
Can you
I'll
like
tell
knock
them
him
we're
out and
not
put him in my
doctors.
backpack or something? Just like render
Here's
him.
the one. I'll come out of the backpack. I'm out of the backpack. You want me out of the backpack?
Oh, you
I'll
weren't
get out of
finished.
it.
Oh.
I'll put my leg out and she's twisting around. She
Well, you
comes
gotta
on
get out
and
anyway,
she's
'cause you're-
twisting down her leg. What?
This is great. I hop into the backpack.
Oh, don't let my home.
It's a little.
No, I wanted him to be
smelly in here,
unconscious
huh?
when he got in there. I turn the backpack and I shake him out of it, and he falls on his head.
Oh!
We ask in this
come on.
family. Thank you. And I just start walking toward town hall.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. So, Treviano's headed towards town hall. It sounded like Indigo and Yeffy were headed towards the Physicians Guild. Yes. Yes. And
Like,
Bruno.
that's what we do.
Bruno, after being ejected from the backpack, do you scrabble after Treviano, or do you chase after Indigo and Yeffy, or a third thing?
A third thing. Let's really waste it. No, I'll follow Treviano. I'll follow Treviano.
Okay, very good. Indigo and Yeffy, the two of you,
Yeah.
asking about town, find that the Physicians Guild is just north of where you are, up on Nulnerveg. It is number 34 on your map.
Going to the veg.
So
Yeah.
you head up past through the you head up north through the Gartenplatz and head over towards that large cluster of buildings on the Nudelweg. You find the building that you assume must be the Physicians Guild. It has a large emblem of a snake twined around a pole, which you're guessing is got something to do with physicians. You knock on the door, and eventually someone opens the door and says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Hello, doctor.
Oh, no, I am just a clerk.
Oh,
Hello, Kirk.
well, hello.
Are you looking for a
Clerk?
doctor?
Yes, we are hoping to speak to Dr. Schwarzkopf. I think we have a mutual friend,
Ah.
Elvira.
Good. He is in the lounge. Come with me, please. He he walks you into this very, very nice looking, very large building, big tall ceilings. Everything looks very high quality here. Clearly, nice establishment. He walks you down a long hall, his boots echoing on the marble floor. He brings you eventually to a set of double doors, which he pushes one open, and you can see it opens up into an interior room that's completely interior, so there are no windows to the outside. It has various lamps, though. It's well lit, and it looks very comfortable. Large leather sofas and chairs, tables scattered about here and there. A bit of a haze of smoke clings to the ceiling, as you can see a gentleman sitting in the back sucking on a large pipe. The clerk says, Herr Schwarzkopf, you have visitors. He looks up. Oh, I wasn't expecting visitors. Come in. Motions
God,
the two of you.
So cool.
The two of you head over to.
Hello.
Go, have a seat. Do you have a pipe? He holds up a little box of some dried looking something, perhaps tobacco.
I must have left it in my room.
He turns. Carl, bring this gentleman a pipe.
And lady, please.
Oh, and the lady, if you please. Have a seat. How can I help you?
This is
Do I
nice.
know you?
Thank you.
Have we met? I think I should remember.
I don't believe we have. My name is Indigo Halberstam, and this is my good friend Yeffy.
Indigo and Yeffy. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes,
Are you members of the
we're
guild?
Friends of... No, we're friends
I
of
shouldn't think so.
Elvira.
Ah, yes, the halfling physician from Grissenwald.
Yes,
Yes, I know her.
she told us you might be able to help us.
Oh, indeed.
Or help a friend of ours in town.
Always happy to help friends of Elvira's.
Great. Our friend has come down with a horrible sickness. And when we spoke to Elvira about it, she said that you have dealt with something similar in the past.
Let's be frank.
he
We think
has-
your friend was poisoned.
Poisoned?
Yes.
Goodness.
Yes.
That's very distressing. What are the
Please
symptoms?
continue.
Scott. Thank you, Effie. Keeping us on track. He's got bulging eyes and a swollen tongue. His tongue was purplish and some discoloration on the skin.
At this point, the clerk arrives, and he's holding out two pipes, one an ornate wooden carved sort of S-shaped pipe, and one a long white clay pipe, and he holds them out.
Oh. I'll take the long white clay pipe.
Excellent.
Maybe the curvy one. Really? And stuff it with the tobacco.
Excellent. It's very nice tobacco, as you as he then hands you a taper to light the pipe with, and the two of you enjoy a a moment of smoke, and as you do so, the doctor turns to Carla and says, "One more thing, girl. Yes, sir. Could you fetch, if he is available, Herr Heichthorn, please, if he is about." "Oh yes, I think I saw him upstairs. I'll go see, sir." And the clerk leaves. And the doctor then relights his pipe, and he says, "Yes, I vaguely remember speaking with Elvira on this, but the one who would remember is Heichthorn. Reinhold Heichthorn is an apothecary I work with frequently, and if poison was involved, Heichthorn will know."
Excellent.
So,
Shall wait.
Excellent. You spend a moment smoking your pipes. Meanwhile, back at town hall, Bruno and Trebbiano, the two of you make your way across the Gartenplatz towards the town hall. It's not difficult to find. It is a very stately building, easily picked out from the surrounding architecture. Ask a person here or there. Trebbiano, you stalk your way towards the town hall with Bruno nipping at your heels, trying to keep up as best he can. Eventually, you arrive at the main building. The doors are wide open. You walk right in. You can see there's a desk there with a young woman sitting at it, and she looks up at you. Says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Hello, we know that there was a report yesterday of a goblin having been smashed in a warehouse. We were wondering the details of that report.
Let me take a look. She starts flipping through. She has a stack of papers sitting at her desk. She starts looking through. Yes, I see. There was a report of a three-legged goblin. That can't be right? Is that right? A three-legged goblin?
Unfortunately.
Oh my! Very strange. Very strange. Went missing from the fest. Was reported missing. A team was dispatched to find it in the sewers. Was later reported crushed in a warehouse. No remains returned. Yep, that's what I have here.
Who reported it?
It doesn't say. What? Why?
Does it have time of day?
No, well, the date. Yesterday's date. That's all I'm seeing
warehouse?
here.
It's a good one.
Not certain. It says here. Looks like Councillor Tugan took care of it. I can go check with him if you like.
Sure.
That would be
Very
great.
good. Wait here, please. She steps up and walks down the hall and leaves you sitting there waiting.
What do you think the Physician's Guild is like, Trebbiano? Bet it's nice, right?
Smart.
Smart. Yeah.
The members of the guild are probably very smart.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
Having taken a Hippocratic oath.
A what?
A
I bet
promise
they get
not to
paid a
hurt
lot,
people.
Yeah. Yeah. Promises, right?
Okay, here's a question for you.
I could be there.
If you
yeah.
were to... Yeah, okay, so things go your way. You get into one.
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah.
feel comfortable staying in one place forever?
In one place. Yeah,
Guilds are central
being
to a
rich
specific
doctor.
location. You would not be able to gallivant around the country anymore.
No, like a traveling doctor. That's a thing. A
Not
rich
part of a
traveling
guild, it
doctor
isn't. No,
with a halfling girlfriend.
not a thing. Sorry.
Huh.
You probably have to pick between being wealthy and having freedom. The fact that you get to pick is amazing, frankly, but that is a choice you will have to make, just so you know.
You know,
back
on some
yet,
character assessment. Yeah. No, we're trying to do character development here. She's got to stay away. Hang on, wait a second, lady.
Hold on, we're developing.
Yeah. My assessment is I feel like maybe I make my decisions just kind of on the spot. I try not to think through, and then things work out, or they turn terrible. But fortunately, as we've noted, we hit our lowest moment yesterday, and today we're on top of the world. I got 5 gold crowns.
Yesterday, you did not make a lot of decisions, and we ended up being safe and fine. Today, you threw a rock at a perfectly innocent man, and screwed over our entire plan. Yeah, okay. Do you see? Maybe if it's thought for a second, say maybe I should not hurt this person, and maybe we could have thought of something else, or we would not be in this situation right now. Thinking ahead might be a good idea.
Nobody else stopped him. I thought if this guy knocks on the door, he's going to ruin my Gefeltish. Ooh, I should really be able to pronounce this.
Yeah, see, this is the problem with you.
Scheme, and he didn't.
When you start digging, you do not know when to drop the shovel.
Was it some kind of sailor reference, or
is she back yet?
An idiom?
I'm just leaning on the counter, crawling, subconsciously crawling away from Bruno, but it doesn't really look subtle because I'm 6 foot stupid.
The clerk does come stalking back after you've been sitting there for a good 10 minutes having this uncomfortable conversation. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Councillor Tugin will see you. Come with me.
Great.
And she leads the two
I
of you.
make sure the scalpel I have is kind of sitting in my breast pocket, just poking out, so that people can tell I'm a doctor.
Of course. She leads you down a hall to down a sort of wood-paneled corridor to a large wooden door, and you can see it's got a brass nameplate on it. And I think actually both of you can read, right? So it clearly says nice. Councillor Tugin on it. She raps lightly on the door, and you hear a rough "enter" from within. She pushes open the door, and you can see within is an office, a nice-looking office with a big desk and a chair behind it, and 2 chairs in front facing it. But it's very dark because it looks like all the curtains have been drawn, and it's very dark in here. There is a single lamp sitting on top of the desk, which illuminates the pile of papers scattered about it, and you can see a large form kind of silhouetted against the slight glow from the bits of sunlight that peer in from the cracks in the curtain behind him. Large man sitting behind the desk, and he says, a voice comes from that figure. It says, "Good day. Please come in and close the door behind you."
So it's dark, but it looks like he could open the blinds and he'd have plenty of light.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. All right.
Please come in.
We come in. We close the door.
He motions. Your eyes start to adapt to the darkness, and you can see now this large man, slightly balding on top, kind of pallid-looking skin, long fingers, waves you in. Motions you towards the 2 seats, and he says, "I'm terribly sorry for the darkness, but I have a terrible headache today. Sit."
Oh.
And as you sit, he takes out, puts a goblet in front of him and pours a large glass of wine and starts to sip at it.
Oh shit! Wait, does the consistency kind of match what we saw before?
Consistency.
Is it the same kind, like color, clearness? Is it the same looking?
What?
As the wine that we saw back at the judge's place.
Oh,
Or is it just wine?
It doesn't. It's a dark reddish wine. It could be similar to the one, but nothing jumps out at you as like, oh my god, that's the exact same wine or anything. But
Sure, okay.
it's wine. It's wine.
Just wanted to ask.
You can see he's got a large medallion on, and on it is this image of a like a flower of some kind, like a four petaled flower. It's kind of also reddish in color. He says, "I understand you're members of the team who was dispatched to rid the sewers of this creature."
That's us.
It is correct.
Terribly sorry, but we're not at liberty to disperse payment without any proof of its disposal. I understand its remains were found in a warehouse on the north end.
That's what we were curious about, which warehouse that was.
We are not here for payment.
Yeah, right.
Oh, really?
While he's talking, can I see if his tongue looks swollen and reddish?
Give me an intelligence test.
6.
It does not.
Okay.
But you don't get it's fairly dark in the room, and
Sure.
it's not like he's
Does he
waggling
look
his tongue at you.
pale?
He does look pale, yeah.
No, but does he look pale though?
He looks pale.
Fury asks her questions only in implications.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not certain. It looks. According to my records, it was a warehouse owned by Councillor Magirius of the Merchants Guild. You could speak with him about the matter if you want. It was surely one of his men who found the remains.
You got it. Okay.
All right. Counselor, I'm a doctor, Dr. Bruno Feinbottom. I'm handling the Geschwelter Krank incident or pandemic that's spread. Maybe do you want me to take a look and see, make sure, just do a quick examination here, see if I can figure out what's ailing you?
Definitely not necessary. If there's nothing else, I'm quite busy today.
Well, you should really take the day off if you're feeling, bed rest is important.
I am fine.
Is it just
Thank
today
you very much.
Is it just today? Is this headache? Is it just a headache?
It is just a headache, I assure you. It's nothing to worry yourselves about. I have many matters on my mind. And I'm a very busy man. I have much to deal with.
Right.
But I assure you that the matter of the goblins, as far as we are concerned, is quite complete. If you're not seeking payment, then I don't think we have anything further to discuss.
Forgive us for taking up so much of your time. Have a good day. Feel better.
Oh, thank you. He reaches over to the side of the desk and he lifts up a small brass bell, which he jangles. And as soon as he does, the door opens and you can see the same clerk standing there in the doorway, motioning you towards the hall.
I don't like that.
Okay. That seemed unnecessary, but all right. Yeah, heck out of here.
Okay.
Much
The two of you, leave and are escorted by the clerk back into the main entryway of the town hall. Meanwhile, back at the Physicians Guild, Indigo and Yeffy, having enjoyed a fine pipe with the doctor, are eventually joined by an older gentleman with thinning dark gray hair, who introduces himself as forgive me, now I've flipped past it. There it is. As Herr Reinhold Heikdorn. Hello. Welcome. I am Herr Hector. He holds out his hand to shake hands with each of you in turn. I understand you are in need of my services. What is this, Schweizkopf? Oh, yes, they've come about. Well, describe it to Hector if you could, please. The symptoms and etc. And perhaps it will rattle his memory.
Yes, a friend of ours we believe, has been poisoned. Symptoms
right.
are bulging eyes, swollen tongue, purplish in color, slight discoloration, totally delirious.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen this before. This is what took Karl Tugen. And the physician. Oh yes, that's right. That's what it was. Karl Tugen.
Karl Tugen.
Yes. Well, your friend is in grave danger. You must. I will collect supplies that we have. We have determined the antidote to this. Unfortunately, it was too late for Tugen, but perhaps not your friend. How long has he been this way?
Last night.
Well, then there's still time. I will gather my things and we will attend to him straight away. Yeah? You are ready now?
Excellent.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Where is the patient?
It is, perhaps you know him, Justice Richter. And I'll explain where his house is.
I don't know him well, but I know who he is. Very well. I will get my things and I will meet you at his house. His house? Is this where he is? I see. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a
I will be there in. Give me 2 hours just to prepare some things, and I will meet you there.
Excellent. Meet you there.
Good.
Great.
And
Thank you.
Oh well, I'm sorry, my friends, that Hector is a curt fellow, but very skilled.
Richter there, he's kind of a judge and well known, and we probably want to keep it on the down low, just in case, because it is poison. Just in case someone might want to and do something worse, or he might be in trouble, and we don't want the town to think that they're losing one of their fine judges and all that. So
Oh, say no more. I will not. I will not speak of this to anyone.
Right.
Very good. Well, I'm glad that I was able to connect you to Hector.
Yes. Thank you, Doctor.
It has been a pleasure. He holds out his hand to shake. And he nods at you.
Great. Good job. Good. I think we have to leave now. These are very soft.
Oh, yes. Right, we should go.
And realizing that indeed that's what he was expecting, the two of you make your way back out of the Physicians Guild and find yourself back on the streets of the Nullner Weg. And where do you go from there?
That was nice.
That was really nice. That was really good. Nice. We should not tell Bruno about the tobacco though, because he'll be so mad. Maybe we should tell him about it. Maybe we should. We should tell him all about it. Let's do that. I'm gonna tell
probably
him.
deserves it. Probably
Tell him.
it.
Yeah. We should find them. I think they went to the courthouse and then go to the Richter's house there and meet up with the doctor.
Yes.
On the down low.
That.
All right.
We do
So
that.
the two of you head across town, and it is now getting towards the middle of the day. You find yourselves getting fairly hungry, ready for lunch. But you eventually make your way across town to the town hall, where in front of the building you meet up with Trebbiano and Bruno.
So how was the Physicians Guild? Was it great?
Very nice.
Nice. It was very nice. Actually, you know what? It was great. It was really fancy. It was super nice. He gave us tobacco, and it was just like the best I've ever had. And it was just so tasty. It was like some kind of clove infusion of, I don't know, deliciousness.
Lots of spices.
Oh,
so nice.
Don't describe the tobacco.
It was.
Were the walls wood paneled? Was it wood paneled?
There was beautiful wood paneling and kind of this nice like emboss. You know that thing where they like chip away at the wood and make designs and stuff, and it's really nice to touch. There's no dust, and there were lots and lots of
really
books.
Thick carpets too.
Wow.
It was really. There was always a really nice table. I just rubbed a table for like half an hour talking to him. It was just so smooth. If I could lay down on it and get away with it, I would have, you know? I mean, that's just half of it. It's just half of it because the chair I was sitting on, Bruno, I almost died in that chair. I almost died in that chair. And it's more comfortable than bed. It was just swimming.
And what were their what? All right, enough about the furniture. What were their doctor smocks like? Did they have fancy leather smocks?
They had no smocks. They were nice suits.
Suits?
Yeah.
Man,
like
am I doing this wrong?
They smelled fantastic.
They smelled nice.
They smelled like wood and tobacco with a little bit of man in it.
What, you can't...
Yeah.
They were mostly wood and tobacco, I think.
Vinegar's not too good on smelling the man part, but I can smell it. It was great. You know, and they had all these different tools and things, and then he used some words I didn't understand, and it was very
You don't smell like wood when you spend all day hacking people's limbs off with a stupid surgery dagger. Ugh. We just talked to a creepy old man in a room without any lights on.
Yeah, it was really awful, actually.
It was scary.
Yeah, that sounds...
I did not have a good time.
Did he hiss when he talked?
Hiss? No, it wasn't this.
No, he was just kind of like soft. He was a soft man, but I was very scared.
He was scary. And Trebbiano is not scared of anything, so it must be really scary.
I mean, it was kind of unnerving. Like, I wasn't going to pee my pants out of, fear or anything, but it was definitely not cool. But he did give us a name, which is encouraging. We have to look up Counselor Magerius of the Merchants Guild, because apparently that is the warehouse guys that we need to know.
Right. And this
Why
guy...
was he in the dark?
Dude, I don't know.
The Tugan guy? He said he was sick or something. But
Yeah,
he
the
wouldn't let me
headache.
examine
Sick or
him, even though I said I was a doctor. I kind of thought he was poisoned.
Who is this guy?
Counselor Tugan, or Toygan, or something.
He was a counselor, so he wasn't the captain of the guard. He wasn't the guy who poisoned her.
No.
Wait, did you say
That's
Counselor
good.
Tugan?
Something like that.
Tugan?
Tugan.
Tugan?
Oh, no.
Why?
What?
Oh,
What?
that's
Girl,
not good.
What, Indigo?
Tugan
Tell us
was
the
the
secret.
last guy who died from the poison.
Well, he's...
Oh, God, you're right.
because he's fine. He wasn't dead. He was weird.
Well, he's obviously... I don't think you talked to a dead guy, Bruno. I think you talked to someone related to the dead guy. Who's related to the poisoning.
This is really not good. Yeah. That's not good at all. And he knows that we are looking into this and gave us a reference, so we should be on our toes. So, we are, like, way too involved in this and, like, way too conspicuous. This is a problem.
It's a shame we're, like, the four most, noticeable people in any
identifiable
given
individuals
location.
on the planet.
It's like...
None of us blend in.
the
None.
dwarf contortionist, the world's tallest man, a bald halfling, and the guy with the huge mutton chops. Yeah, they're all... That's just normal
And the poofy
people.
blue
about
pants.
Yeah. And the dog. Yeah, right.
The dog!
So is Tugan a common name, or is this some kind of weird... did the poison turn him into some kind of weird... I don't like the light?
Oh, this is a different guy with the same name. He's related to this person.
Who got poisoned?
All you humans have the same names, right? Like everybody's Schmidt or something.
He was just
Right,
kind
maybe
of
they're a bunch of
pale. He was not like pale.
Well, we should
Was he
talk
Count Orlock him?
to Herr Heipdorn about
See,
this.
I don't think so. I think he was just kind of pale with a headache, but it was really dark in there, so it's kind of hard to tell. If we saw him in the daylight, perhaps.
Creepy. And he has a bell. He rings a little bell, and someone opens the door for him. I hated that. Yeah. Not like that
That's so
part.
irrelevant.
Yeah, we could have opened our own door. I mean, come on.
It's like, what, are we not even here? Some people...
And then Trebbiano just berated me about my decision-making ability, which I didn't appreciate.
That was before
Did you
the room.
present?
After the room, I was freaked out.
That's true. Yeah, the room. Yeah.
Did you what?
Did you tell him about the goblin hip?
No.
No. We decided we did not want to tell him about that.
Okay. Because of the
Thank
headache.
Good
goodness.
move.
And who's
Okay,
Heipdorf?
so...
Oh,
Ooh,
that's...
that cure Richter.
He's a
Oh,
doctor?
shit.
Should I...
an apothecary.
I
yeah.
pick up a rock.
No, I slap it out of your hand.
I mean, there's plenty around here. Look, I
he's
got
going.
dozens.
He has the cure. He's going
Oh.
to
should do that
cure
first.
Richter.
We need to save
Yes, we have
Richter
to meet
first.
him at Richter's house in
Oh.
2 hours,
Oh,
or in like an hour and
That's
a half
amazing.
at this
Do you
point.
think? Do you think if I didn't throw a rock at the first guy, that he would have gone back and gotten this Heikdorf guy and cured him faster? Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably about the same speed.
Okay, yeah, sure. Here's your bag. Don't choke on it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, this goes so well with my scalpel. Maybe I should put the scalpel in the bag, scalpel in the pocket, bag. What do you, Yeffy? You gotta. What do you think? Scalpel in the pocket or scalpel in the bag?
There's a different place you could stick the scalpel.
Okay, in the bag then. Okay, in the bag. Scalpel in the bag. Ooh. I carry the bag
Alright.
like with both hands, just kind of swinging.
Bag.
All right.
Wow, this is great, Yeffy.
Um,
You know, in fact, I go and I give Yeffy a little kiss on the cheek.
No!
Ah. Oh, that seems.
What? That was it.
incorrect.
I wooze and almost pass out.
What? That's
What are you doing?
That's how. What? It's just a halfling kiss on the cheek is thank. That's it's cultural.
You've never kissed
Well, I'm
me on
sorry.
the cheek.
Well, you're way
You
up
never
there. It's
kissed anyone
really
on
hard. I
the
mean,
cheek.
it's just yeah. Look how high. Look how
I've done
far up
lots
your
of stuff
cheek
for
is. How
you,
am I supposed
Bruno.
to get that? Well, how am I ever supposed to? Look, I can't even jump high enough to reach that. You know.
Indigo's offended you never kissed him on the cheek.
Indigo, bend down. Come here.
Kind of.
Yeah, come here. Bend down. Bend down. Yeah, there we go. And one on the other cheek too. There we go. Because we're close friends. Yeah. Double
Yeah.
kiss cheek.
No, yeah, you're right. That was really uncomfortable. I didn't like that at all.
It's the halfling kiss on the cheek. It's you people. You're so all with the same last
Yeah.
name. No kissing. Trebbiano, you want to
Fine.
get down here?
I hate you.
God.
What are we doing now?
We're kissing, evidently. We're gonna get a sausage, and we're gonna get some beer, and then we're gonna go save Richter's life with the guy who's gonna cure him with the potions, and we're gonna make sure no one
My
attacks
question
him on the
is-
way there.
What do we do with Counselor Margerius? Do we kind of assume that was kind of bullshit because the guy who was clearly in on it is telling us to go see them? Yeah? Do we just
We can also-
disregard that
we
and
can
keep
also
it in our
ask-
back pocket?
We can also ask Justice Richter once he's better and get
Yeah,
the details
all of our
from him.
problems end with this guy. I feel like we should go there earlier, and if anyone tries to get in and kill him before people get there,
Yeah.
we should like guard it maybe. That lady is probably out cold, so she's not guarding him, so...
I hope she told all our
That's a good
neighbors
idea.
about Lucas Schvelterkrank.
You need to shut their little mouths. Shall we go?
Let's go get
Let's go.
Richter. We can always go to the warehouse later to see if that story matches up. And that's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can we
All
pick
right,
up some
so-
road sausages?
Yeah, you
Want
grab
to
some
go?
lunch on your way down across town, and eventually you make your way back towards Justice Richter's house. You knock on the door. Gilda answers. She again looks like she's been recently roused, but she seems a little more coherent. She's oh you're back so soon. Come in. What news do you have?
Well, one of our Physicians Guild apothecaries is coming by with a cure for the Geschweltigkeit, Krank.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Wonderful. Oh,
Did you-
hurrah!
Did you warn all your neighbors about it?
Oh, I've been sleeping. I forgot all about that. Oh no.
Maybe
Should I
just
go
real
do that
quick.
now?
Yeah, definitely go do it.
No.
Oh my
What?
god.
Yeah.
No. We should check
Yeah, go,
on
go,
the
go.
patient.
It's important to check
Oh,
out
yes.
because when Hike Camp comes here with the cure, we might need to go hit the neighbors with the cure.
You know what? Bruno, Yuffie's just gonna kiss Bruno to get him to shut up.
I step in front
Stunned.
of them so that she can't see.
Ah,
Excellent. Excellent.
Not on the lips.
She's already leading
That's
you
not how
up the
it
stairs to go take a look at Justice Richter. As you ascend the steps, you see that the bedroom looks much the same as you saw before. Richter seems much in the same state as you saw before. The four of you, one by one, start to crowd into his bedroom. It's fairly roomy in here, so all four of you fit reasonably well. And you hear then, as you're standing there looking at Richter, you hear a voice from downstairs. Hello, is anyone at home? Hello, is Justice Richter?
that must be him. Hello. Herr Heikdorn, is that you?
You can see coming up the stairs now. You see indeed the shape of Herr Heikdorn coming up the stairs, holding a large parcel in his hands. He comes walking up the stairs. Hello, my friends. Good, you're here. Well, show me to the patient. And
Here
you,
is my
you show him
patient.
over there, and he starts. Oh, we have not met. I am Reinhold Heikdorn. He holds out his hand to you,
Dr. Bruno Pinebottom.
Dr. Bruno. Good to meet you. And you are, sir? He looks at you, Trebbiano. Yeah.
Trebbiano, I am assisting today.
Oh,
The priest.
good. Well, hopefully not needed. And he heads over to the bed, the side of the bed, and starts looking him over.
That's doctor
and he starts
humor.
unwrapping the parcel. He says, yes, this is the same as Carl Tugen died from 2 years ago. I did not think we would see it again, but here it is. Well, I'm glad that Elvira sent me these. And he starts unwrapping this package. And so removing various things, a small bottle of some kind of liquid, a little bundle of leaves, which he actually puts into the palm of his hand and crushes, and you hear it crunch and crackle, and he puts a pinch of that into the vial. He then stands over to the bedstand and sets up a candle, lights the candle, and starts holding the little vial over the candlelight to heat it. Well, hopefully we are in time.
Yeah.
What happened the last time?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, one at a time, please.
It's hard, Paul. Okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, we're getting a fair amount of lag tonight. Definitely, the internet is against us. It's just trying to give it some context in the world, people.
So that's... The last time you saw the symptoms happen, what was, how many years ago was it? What was the situation? Who was it?
2 years ago. 2 years ago, Carl Tugen of the
Is he
Tugen
related
family.
Like Counselor Tugen.
Johannes. Yes, Johannes arrived 2 years ago when Carl passed. Take over the family business, I believe.
What?
Yes,
What was the business?
Tugens is they're one of the biggest merchant families in the towns. They own half the warehouses along the Ostendam.
We are so screwed.
I see.
Yeah, they were not doing so well 2 years ago, but Johannes he has good head for business and has really turned the family's fortune around.
Yep, I bet he has.
For the Tugans.
That's very fortunate
yeah.
for them.
Yeah, he was quite good, but it's a shame about his brother.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a shame.
Terrible coincidence. Right when he gets to town, his brother dies.
Yeah, well, no, he come. I remember now. He come for the funeral. He come for the funeral, and then he stays to take care of family business.
And the old Carl Tugan was friends with Captain Reiner of the Watch.
Captain Reiner, this I don't know.
Just curious, trying to keep track of the whole web of
the Tugans. They're well connected. They the merchants run this town, and they have a the town is run by the four major merchant families and the guilds.
Ah.
Yeah.
And who are the other families?
Oh, there's the Rugbroders, the Steinhagers, and the Hagen family.
You humans and your names. Yeah, we're in trouble.
Excellent. Let's stop there for tonight. That is just a great line to end on.
Oh, man. Oh, we're really boned. I really didn't see that coming.
I want to make sure we end in time, too, for Christian to get to his other engagement.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. I got
at Nagasaki.
At Nakatomi Plaza, yeah.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah, great.
Got a really good English accent there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, okay. Really quick,
Man.
before we go, what's everyone's personal ambitions? Because I forgot and I like to know.
Now, if mine was, is of course, become renowned and respected as a surgeon, at least on one street, and if Gilda, gets her butt down the street, the Geschweltekrank.
I think you're definitely on the precipice of fulfilling that ambition. Definitely on the precipice of that.
I should have changed it like 4 sessions ago. So much experience right now.
Yeffy's is make a friend of Franz.
We're
the guy
trying.
who only comes at nighttime, evidently.
Yeah.
And Indigo's is to try to become as fearless as Treviano, which is
We haven't had much face time this session.
Work in progress. Yeah. We'll get there.
And Treviano, do you
mine
have a new
was-
one? Because I think you fulfilled yours last week.
Yeah, mine was pass as an actual priest. I set last time. I don't know. Seemed like
Is that
that.
not your regular...
Dude, no, I'm a zealot. I was never ordained.
Look.
What are you talking about? Did you guys think I was an
really
actual religious figure this whole time?
Kinda.
No one's giving me the benefit of the doubt about being a real doctor, so...
Yeah, I mean...
I don't see why we've all
alike.
assumed. Yeah.
And does
The one after this, by the way... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask while we're at it. Does the group currently have a group ambition?
It's to become freaking monster hunters, which is going swell, I might add.
Excellent. Very good.
Maybe
Yep. No. So it doesn't sound like any awards tonight. I think you've all laid excellent ground. Nah, I think just being idly told this is the priest and him saying hopefully we don't need you is not. I wouldn't say that's passing as a priest. That could be an idle mistake.
So my goal after this one is going to be I want to actually learn Bretonnian.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that would be cool if that could happen.
Yeah. I think I'm going to interpret being passing as a priest to actually be that like you are seen as a figure of your church in some way. You're going to have to say some Menonish things.
You can do that.
Yeah. Great. Excellent. So no XP earns tonight, although I think a good amount of groundwork on all fronts. So I think you should all feel happily on your way towards leveling. Excellent. Looking forward to next week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you had a good time. And don't forget, we will... Dan and Isabel will be on, I think, on Saturday night doing some Book of War here on the channel. And Sunday at 1 p.m., we will be discussing, on Wandering DMs, we'll be discussing virtual tabletops with Toby Drury of D20 Pro. So please join us for that. Otherwise, we will see you again next week for another exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats. Thanks for joining us, and good night, everybody.
Good night.